Hey, good evening, everybody. Subby here at the Weather Center. I decided to come on a little bit early, and for the main reason of we do have a pretty intense line of storms coming into the KC metro area. I do know that there's several at the Royals game tonight, and it's getting ready to get over. So a couple of them have reached out to me, want to know if I can kind of help keep them up to date what's going on around the KC metro area until they can move south into back home tonight. So that's one of the reasons I'm coming in a little bit early. We're still a couple hours before they start affecting west central Missouri. But so if you have other things you need to do, get the kids ready for bed, anything like that, feel free. I'm going to be on for quite some time tonight as we watch this intense line of storms move into west central Missouri. Right now, they've already had confirmed wind reports near Bonner Springs at 75 miles per hour. So that is right up here near Wyandotte County, up there next to Sis. He is up there. She's up there right now in Kansas City, Kansas, getting ready to get hit with some strong straight line winds right now. The good news is that even though we do have a tornado warning up here just northwest of Trenton, we're not seeing anything tornadic along the leading edge of this line. That's good news. And of course, as we talked about the last couple nights, the timing of these storms is very beneficial for us here in west central Missouri, mainly because it's when the instability is at the lowest versus this afternoon. If you guys have been paying any attention, north central Kansas just got pummeled with tornado warnings late this afternoon into early this evening. Luckily, they have moved off, congealed into a line of storms. We could still be picking up to 80 mile per hour plus winds. Now, when you go and think about that, that's about equivalent to like an EF0 tornado, but over a much broader area. So we still need to be weather aware tonight as this line of storms come through. Not really seeing much of the way of a hail threat with any of these. Strong straight line winds. A possibility of a spin up is also on the table. And of course we are watching very closely this area as it comes into the west side of the KC metro. Smithville, you guys are getting ready to get hit with some very strong winds up here. I'm going to jump over here to velocity. Not seeing a whole lot with the exception of over here on the Kansas City, Kansas side. This is going to be right along I-70 near Armourdale. And there is a little bit of rotation right there, kind of keeping kind of a close eye on that. And of course, until my buddy Mark gets here, I'm going to be watching National Weather Service excuse me, as well. I got coffee brewed, and so we are ready to go for the night. So we're going to be dealing with really the southern part of this line. It will likely take a couple different shapes as it continues off to the east. But most of west central Missouri will get hit with the southern flank of this line of storms. And of course, with the latest data showing from the models, it keeps up the intensity rather strong as it comes through west central Missouri sometime after 11 o'clock tonight. You know, growing up, I had horrible allergies, horrible. And since I got on a regular regimen of allergy meds that I take one a day, I have, knock on wood, I have not had too much problems with the exception of this year. And I think it's because we had such a warm spring. The tree pollen right now is off the charts. So, I'm being affected by allergies this year, in which they haven't bothered me in probably over a decade. We're also going to have to we're also going to have to be paying attention, guys. I know we don't talk about this enough, to flash flooding potential tonight. We've already picked up between 2 and 3 inches of rainfall overnight last night into this morning and to the late morning hours. And then, we're going to pick up another quick inch, maybe inch and a half of rain with this line. It's going to move through relatively quickly when it moves through, and we're going to see conditions improve rather quickly. We're going to see temperature dropping too, as we're going to be back into the 60s as we go in through the rest of the week into the weekend, 60s and 70s. So it's a pretty potent cold front that is moving through right now over in eastern Kansas and eventually across west central Missouri. So now's a great time if anybody has patio furniture, if you have trampolines out in the yard. It's a good time to either flip the trampolines upside down, put something heavy in the middle, or ratchet them down. And if you have any lawn furniture, make sure you go ahead and collapse them, lay them down on your porch. Plants, a lot of people have plants hanging out on their front or back porch. Make sure you bring those down too, because the strong straight line winds is what we are really concerned about for tonight. You need to be prepared for any power outages. Make sure you have your phone charged up, flashlight, all that good stuff, because with those strong straight line winds, we typically do get some reports of some power outages. We still have about another 4 hours. Parts of west central Missouri is under a tornado watch for the next 4 hours. That's going to include Cass, Bates, Henry, Pettis, and Johnson County on the Missouri side, and of course Lynn and Miami County on the Kansas side. Now, for those of you in St. Clair, Benton County, Vernon County, that's the responsibility of Springfield National Weather Service office. I have a feeling as this line begins to move through, they will likely issue probably a severe thunderstorm watch for the rest of west central Missouri. So be prepared that probably sometime around the 11 o'clock time frame to midnight, there'll probably be a new watch issued for those counties that are not under a watch right now. Actually, that watch might come up maybe a little bit quicker than what I thought. So they are actually thinking about doing a severe thunderstorm watch for that area that I just mentioned: Benton County, St. Clair County, and Vernon County. 63-mile-per-hour winds in Lenexa. Bonner Springs, 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts. see with the Storm Prediction Center. So for this tornado watch, scattered severe winds 60 to 75 miles per hour remain likely in this blue shaded area, which includes most of west central Missouri, and brief tornadoes may still occur along the leading edge of this line of storms. So again, we're talking very weak. Storm Prediction Center winds 100 to 125 as far as tornado, which is very weak. EF0, EF1, winds 65 to 80 miles per hour, and we still have a chance for quarter size hail, but I'm not seeing much of that happening right now. Let me put this up where you guys can see it maybe a little bit better. So this is the new mesoscale discussion that the Storm Prediction Center has put out, and of course, again, in this blue circle, brief tornadoes may still occur. Scattered severe winds 60 to 75 miles per hour are still possible. So the tornado watch continues for those of us underneath that here in west central Missouri, with another severe thunderstorm watch likely here over the next hour for those in Vernon, St. Clair, and Benton County as this line gets a little closer. So looks like the leading edge of the line is situated between Pleasant Valley, Smithville, Pleasant Valley, Kansas City, Overland Park, down to Spring Hill, and then over to just south of Ottawa. That's where we're seeing the strong winds ahead of this line right now. Taking a look at the velocities right now, and look like the strongest of winds right now are situated between Bonner Spring down to Gardner, Kansas. So definitely some strong straight line winds. Martin City, you guys are likely getting hit with some 50, 55 mile per hour wind gusts right now in Martin City. So just be prepared for that. Hi Logan. Very blurry tonight. I'm actually looking at my streams. Both Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. They're all looking good right now. Hopefully it's just you, Logan. But looks like my my streaming guidelines are spot on. So I don't think we're having any issues with the stream. Take a look here at oh gosh, guys. So there's a whole bunch of people asking how Tightwad, how's Rich Hill, how's Harrisville, how's Pleasant Hill. We're all in this together. So, I mean, no different than your neighbor 20 miles away for us. So we have a chance for up to 80 mile per hour winds, maybe a spin up tornado along the leading edge of this line. It will likely begin to affect Cass County, probably here within the hour, Bates, Henry, Johnson County, up toward Odessa, Lafayette County, probably here within the next hour and a half, 2 hours. So we've got a little bit of time yet. And again, I'm just kind of watching down around the Kauffman Stadium. Royals game's over. People are going to be coming home from the stadium, and look like they might be out and get out on the road just in time to stay ahead of this line of storms for this evening. Hi, Earl. Yeah, probably sometime around the 11 o'clock time frame right now. Kansas City on the Missouri side, 65 mile per hour wind gust. So again, a lot of strong straight line winds with this, guys. That's what we'll have to be on the lookout for. Oh, that's funny. You don't need to see my whiskers. Set it to 360. Hopefully everybody's night is doing well. Probably 1 a.m. or so for Benton County. Lynette. And again, we've had several fluctuations in the speed of this line of storms. As you can see right now, we're looking at moving east at 50 miles per hour, in which we were moving at about 35 miles per hour 45 minutes ago. So you're going to have to give or take a little bit of time, because this line is definitely fluctuating in speed, in which it's progressing to the east and to the south. So Cass County, and again, guys, we've got to remember that we've got a Cass County probably here within the hour. Bates County, Henry, Johnson County on the Missouri side probably here within 2 hours. And then for Pettis and Benton, St. Clair County, Vernon County, probably here 2.5, 3 hours, maybe around 1 a.m. or so for you guys. Yeah, and hail is very little. So the risk for these storms are going to be the strong straight line winds. By far the biggest threat we have for tonight. Hail, I'm not seeing hardly anything with severe hail in it. Maybe some nickel size hail. Tornado threat is fairly on the low side, but we're watching for any brief spin ups that might produce 90 mile per hour winds for a very short amount of time. So that's our primary threat. Nothing like they had out in central Kansas, where they had several tornado warnings stacked up all the way up and down a line of discrete supercells. And we're not dealing with that tonight. We're dealing with mainly strong straight line winds. I'll be on, Chantel. Hi, Victorious. Yes, I am doing live from the cellar at Henry County Courthouse tonight. I had my jazz on a little bit ago, kind of winding down for the night. So those winds are going to be hitting Liberty, Pleasant Valley, Independence, right down by the Kauffman Stadium along I-70 here. So again, if hopefully you are out of the parking lot at Kauffman right now. We have Storm Chaser Brandon Kopic. He is on I-70 heading away from this line of storms. He was out all day out in Kansas chasing naders. Yes, Computer Isle, I do. And I was on I-49 yesterday, matter of fact. So, Raytown, down Martin City, Belton, and down to Cleveland, you guys are going to start to get that leading edge of some of those stronger winds be moving in. You are under a severe thunderstorm warning. 70-mile-per-hour winds have been observed, and of course that includes Pleasant Hill, Raymore, Belton, Riverview Estates, Greenwood. Got some buddies down over here in Greenwood. They have a sports card shop. So Jay Young Sports Collectibles there on 150 there in Greenwood. You got some very strong winds heading your way. And again, this is a tornado possible tag. So you guys know what my suggestion is on that is to, if there's a tornado possible tag, to go ahead and take your tornado precautions. Move away from windows. If you have a basement, go down and hang out, watch a movie for a while. Or maybe read a book to the kids, something like that. Let this line pass you. And then that way, better safe than sorry. Oh, hey, Dennis. Good to have you, buddy. Dennis, he is the Emergency Management Director of Bates County. We had a great seminar in Archie last week. We had a severe weather seminar. We talked a little bit about safety, the protocol for local governments to set off sirens, and we had a great turnout as well. Of course, Dennis was there, giving some insight on what Bates County does now. They've kind of switched it around a little bit in Bates County, how to receive weather warnings. That's all coming through the Emergency Management Department now. So if you're in Bates County, make sure that you go to Bates County Facebook page and definitely make sure you guys give that a follow. I'm sure Dennis will have some great information to be passed along here over the next couple weeks. Hey, Tyson. That's awesome. Good to see you, Tyson. I was wondering if you were going to be on here tonight. We are seeing a little bit of an outflow here from Lewisburg down to Parker, Garnett. That's a little bit of an outflow. Some of that rain-cooled air rushing out ahead of this line. A lot of times that means that once that line passes that point, it's really tough for these storms to intensify, sucking in all that rain-cooled air. So that's actually a pretty good sign down here from Lewisburg down to Garnett. A little bit of a just a little bit of a a outflow boundary there. Thank you, Barb. Thank you for that super chat. I appreciate that. So if anybody's watching up north in Andrew, Atchison, Kansas, Atchison, Missouri, Buchanan, Missouri, Davies, Missouri, DeKalb, Doniphan, Gentry, Grundy, Harrison, Holt County, Mercer, Nodaway, and Worth counties, the tornado watch has been allowed to expire for your counties. The rest of the tornado watch is still ongoing, and especially for here in west central Missouri for the next few hours. Liberty, you guys are actually getting some really heavy rain right now, Shauna. A lot of lightning. The worst of the winds is moved off to your east right now. So likely here about another 20 minutes or so, you'll just be on the light rain side of things, and you'll see those temperatures really start to take a tumble. It is moving to the east, Marissa, so as this thing continues to march off to the east with a little bit of a southerly tilt to it, we're going to see it actually affect all of west central Missouri into central Missouri. And notice that the looks like the National Weather Service out of St. Louis had put up a severe thunderstorm watch already that includes California, Jefferson City, Columbia, Fulton, Mexico. Okay, we got a new tornado warning, guys. New tornado warning. Belton, Raymore, Pleasant Hill. Need to go to your tornado safe spot. Hopefully you're already there. Tornado possible tag. But we do have a tornado warning now for Belton, Raymore, Lake Winnebago, Pleasant Hill, Kingsville, Strasburg. You guys need to be in your tornado precautions. Have as many walls between you and the outside as you can, preferably in a basement. If you don't have a basement, go to an interior closet. Go to the bathroom, lay down into the bathtub, put something on top of your head, protect your upper extremities. So again, there is a new tornado warning. This is radar indicated for northern Cass County, west central Johnson County, and west central Missouri. Severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado located over Raymore, moving east at 50. So if you're in Lee Summit, Belton, Raymore, Pleasant Hill, Peculiar, Lake Winnebago, Kingsville, Baldwin Park, Strasburg, you need to be taking your tornado precautions for sure. We did mention that had a tornado possible tag. This is the reason why you go ahead and take your tornado precautions when there's a tornado possible tag. Let it get by you. Better safe than sorry. Now we do have a tornado warning now for parts of Cass and southwest Johnson County. So right here is where that circulation is right now, guys. Looks like circulation is coming up over 58 Highway, nearly just on the south side of Raymore, going over Lucy Webb Road. Lucy Webb Road, Madison Street, and that intersection coming up to 58 Highway. That is, we're going to see that's Walnut Street, Cumberland Plaza, their town center, right along 58. It makes that big curve before it heads out of town. That's where the center of this circulation is sitting at right now. And again, this is going to be, it is not going to include Peculiar, Harrisonville, East Lynn, Gun City. It does not include you. Your tornado sirens will not be going off. But if you live in Belton, Raymore, Lake Winnebago, Pleasant Hill, Strasburg, Coleman, your tornado sirens should be going off, as well as Pleasant Hill at the National Weather Service. Let's take a look at so we are picking up a rotation track here. Don't look like it had updated. It's still about a scan behind right now, but definitely have rotation here in northern Cass County. I'm not seeing any reports of damage as of this time. And again, this is going to be really, really tough, guys, because we're so close to the National Weather Service radar site. As this continues to the east, it's going to be really hard to pick up anything here because we are so close. So, again, I encourage you, if you live anywhere between Lake Winnebago and Coleman on 291 and over to Pleasant Hill, you guys need to be taking your tornado safe spot. And again, in the basement, center part of your home, the most walls between you and the outside as you can. Lay down flat in the bathtub, cover your head, pillows, mattresses, a baseball helmet, anything you can find to protect your upper extremities. Right now, it does look like that the center of the circulation is crossing 58 Highway. This is just east of the center of Raymore, where a lot of the businesses are. This is on the way out of town on 58 Highway from Raymore, and it's going to be heading up toward Lake Winnebago. Yeah, Pleasant Hill is under that tornado warning right now. We got another tornado warning that is coming up here just for it's a little bit further to the north, guys. This is going to include Excelsior Springs, Oric, Richmond, Hardin, Norborn, Henrietta. This is going to be right along this leading edge of this line of storms, just passing Missouri City there on 210. So again, this is going to be for East Central Clay, Central Ray, Southwestern Carroll County, Northern Jackson County, in West Central Missouri. That severe thunderstorm with the possible tornado was located near Oric, Missouri, or near Excelsior Springs. So we have 2 tornado warnings on the board. We had a 58 mile per hour winds. And again, center of circulation is crossing 58 Highway. So if you live anywhere between Raymore and 291 right now, along 58 Highway, I know there's a lot of houses, a lot of farms out there. You guys need to be in your tornado safe spot. We got a lot of people in the streams tonight. Hey, if you guys would, can you guys hear me okay? I just want to make sure. There's been a couple people. Just make sure that you guys can hear me okay. Just put a yes in the comments if you would. So it looks like the center of circulation is heading right toward Ray Peck East Middle School. East Middle School, Raymore Peculiar East Middle School. That's where the center of the circulation is. Thank you guys, I appreciate that. So again, this does not include Harrisonville, does not include East Lynn, Gun City, Freeman, West Line, Cleveland, Peculiar. This is really right now pertaining, staying on the south side of 58. And again, this is going to be heading right toward Ray Peck East Middle School is where the center of this circulation. As we get a little closer to Pleasant Hill, guys, we're not going to have a good radar site to take a look here. So we're going to be at the mercy of what the National Weather Service gives us. So again, if you live anywhere between along 58, 291, in between Lake Winnebago and Coleman, off to the east, including Avon, Pleasant Hill, all the way over to Kingsville, you guys need to be in your tornado safe spot. We're not sure how long we're going to be able to track this as it goes right now. No, Harrisonville is not under the tornado warning. And again, this was something that got brought up at our weather seminar, guys, is in 2007, the National Weather Service decided to go with the polygon warning base versus saying the entire county of Cass County is under a tornado warning. It gives you a false sense of security. If you're in Garden City right now in Cass County, nothing is happening around you. Yet we have a possible tornado near to the east side of Raymore. So if you are in this polygon, this red polygon, you are under that tornado warning. If you are not in that polygon, you are just under a severe thunderstorm warning with 60-mile-per-hour winds observed with the tornado possible tag. And again, before this tornado warning was issued, we had a tornado possible tag, and I mentioned it's better safe than sorry. Go to your tornado safe spot and hang out for a while. Let this get past you. So again, this is definitely what we need to be doing. I am going to switch this over back to see if I can see anything from any angle. Really, really tough. So this is still radar indicated tornado warning for northern Cass County. This one up here near Richmond, it is an observed tornado. There is a tornado on the ground right now that is going to be heading toward Richmond. So if you're in Richmond right now, we do have the center of circulation is right along 10 Highway. So this is east of Excelsior Springs. So if you live in Richmond along 13 Highway, you guys need to be in your tornado safe spot. So we're getting close enough now to the National Weather Service that we are starting to get a lot of clutter around here. We're not going to be able to see real well where this circulation is, but it looks like it is heading toward Pleasant Hill. So again, if you live anywhere between 291 and Pleasant Hill, you guys need to be in your tornado safe spot right now. And if you guys, I'm gonna kind of move out just a little bit. Look at the size of this severe thunderstorm. Let's put a draw map on here. Let me move this just a little bit. This entire area is under a severe thunderstorm warning with 80-mile-per-hour winds out ahead of it. And on top of that, we are also under a tornado possible tag with this entire severe thunderstorm warning. So again, from Trenton all the way down to Richmond, Lexington, Oak Grove, Odessa, Pleasant Hill, Harrisonville, Freeman, down to Drexel, you guys are under this tornado possible tag severe thunderstorm warning. So again, we don't know if there's going to be another spin up, but better safe than sorry. Go to your tornado safe spot. So again, we're right smack dab over the Pleasant Hill radar site. So again, this is moving off to the east. So along 58 Highway. And again, you're in the polygon in Kingsville, Strasburg, Pleasant Hill, Gowdy, Avon, Lake Winnebago. This is passed just to your east. Also with Greenwood, the rotation passed just to your east. But again, we have a tornado warning still ongoing for the next 15 minutes for northeastern Cass and west central Johnson counties. In Greenwood, it does look like, Danielle, this thing is staying just to the south of Greenwood. But we still have an update from the National Weather Service. They are continuing this tornado warning for this polygon. So again, Greenwood, you are now out of that polygon. So Pleasant Hill along 58 Highway, from Pleasant Hill to Strasburg down to Kingsville, and of course Pleasant Hill, Gowdy, you guys need to be staying in your safe spot. So Lee Summit, Raymore, you guys are in a severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible tag. So again, 60 mile per hour wind possible with a tornado possible. There is a tree across northbound lane of Stadium Drive south of 40 Highway in KCMO right now. No, Adrian Butler is not in the clear. The line of storms hadn't even approached you yet. Yes, Gracie, Clinton is under a tornado watch for the next 4 hours. There was a tornado still being observed on the ground near Richmond. The tornado warning down around the Pleasant Hill area, this is radar indicated. There has been no confirmation of a tornado on the ground here in Cass County. So again, if the sirens go off, there is not an all clear. If you are hearing sirens again, it is because the danger is still near you. So you need to stay in your tornado precautions. So regardless if you are in this polygon or not, if you hear sirens, you need to be in your tornado safe spot. There's one thing that will probably eventually need to be taken care of, is everybody being on the same page. If you're in a polygon, tornado sirens need to go off. If you're not in a polygon, sirens do not need to go off. That's what helps with this cry wolf syndrome. But nonetheless, if you hear sirens, regardless, you go to your tornado safe spot. If you're in a polygon, you go to your tornado safe spot until it expires. We do have a new severe thunderstorm warning that's going to be for western Bates County. This is going to include Drexel, Merwin, Amsterdam, Amoret right now. This is a severe thunderstorm warning for 60-mile-per-hour winds out ahead of this line of storms. It does not have a tornado possible tag on this. So this is going to be for 60-mile-per-hour winds for the western Bates County here in west central Missouri. It also includes on the Kansas side, Lacing, Lynn Valley, Fontana, Osawatomie, Centerville, and stays just north of Pleasanton. But Pleasanton, I would go ahead and count you in that severe thunderstorm warning as well. We still have another 10 minutes left. Tornado warning for northeast Cass County and just a small part of Johnson County, including Kingsville, Strasburg, and Pleasant Hill. Same question for Knob Noster. Yeah, you're under a severe thunderstorm. You're under a tornado watch for the next 4 hours. So you're just going to have to watch and see how this line evolves over the next couple hours. So if this line continues the same speed, which it hasn't, it fluctuates, but give you a ballpark idea, Warrensburg in 37 minutes, Knob Noster in 50 minutes, Lamont in 58 minutes, and Sweet Springs in about an hour. So guys, we're starting to get a lot of questions asking again, and I can't answer everybody here. Everybody's asking about their own hometown. If you live in west central Missouri, if you live in Cass, Johnson, Pettis, Henry, Benton, Bates, St. Clair, Vernon County, we have a line of storms that's going to be coming through here over the next hour to 2 hours. And we have a potential to see some strong thunderstorms. So that should answer all of your questions right now. So I'm not going to go through all 77 cities and tell you the exact same thing. This is for everybody. So right now, at least, we do have that tornado warning up here near Richmond is now radar indicated. It's no longer observed. However, they do have 70-mile-per-hour winds that have been clocked up here near Richmond. So that's going to be heading over toward Hardin, Norborn, and mainly rural areas. Millville, Russellville, Rockingham, Lakeview, Morton. And again, unfortunately, with this being right on top of the radar site, we cannot really tell where this circulation, if there is still circulation. It looks like it is just right over the radar site in Pleasant Hill. So they do have another, we do have a couple of viewers up in this area. So there is a new tornado warning way up north near Braemar, Blue Mound, Ladow, Tina. This is going to be just south of Chillicothe. Just south of Chillicothe. This is radar indicated. So we are seeing an outflow that is developing all the way up here near Lexington, down through Odessa, Harrisonville, down to Mound City to Iola. And this is rain-cooled air out ahead of this line of storms. That's kind of a good thing for us to see, because these storms will go over that rain-cooled air, kind of choke themselves out just a little bit, so they might stay, at least manageable for us here in West Central Missouri. It is not on the ground anymore up by Richmond. It is radar indicated right now. No reports of any damage coming in right now. We have another 5 minutes left on this tornado warning here for parts of northeast Cass County and southwest Johnson County. From what I can see right now, I'm not seeing really anything threatening right now. But again, it's very hard to tell because we're very close to that National Weather Service site. So we're just going to have to, we're kind of at the mercy of the polygon. We need to respect the polygon, and we still have another 4 minutes, and then we'll see what the National Weather Service will want to do. Let it expire, which they probably will, because there is a very, very large severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible tag for the next half hour for all of this area, from Lexington down to Odessa, Lake Lafayette, Lone Jack, Holden, Kingsville, Garden City, Eastland, Harrisonville. So again, we still have 30 minutes left on a very strong line of storms in this area. Uri cannot go to bed yet. The line of storms hadn't even made it to Uri yet, poor Beth. So this line of storms is kind of looking a little bit messy up here from Lexington down to Harrisonville. You notice it's not those bright red colors, and it's not organized very well. And that could be in parts of the line of storms coming across that outflow from these storms, hopefully becoming outflow dominant, whereas we just have to worry about some strong straight line winds. Three minutes left on this tornado warning for Pleasant Hill, Kingsville, and Strasburg. And again, we've got a few minutes before this line of storms will make its way through Lansing, Lynn Valley, Drexel into Bates County. Well, probably here in the next 15 to 20 minutes. Oh, Tyson had a weather-themed cake. That's awesome. Addie, it's not safe to go to bed yet in Larry City. The line of storms hadn't even been to St. Clair County yet. Alright, so tornado warning for northeastern Cass, west central Johnson counties. They will allow that to go ahead and expire here in 1 minute. So they are not going to extend it. Look like the circulation is pretty much gone out of this right now. And again, we can expect these things to be very short-lived. But we did have pretty good indication over here just on the east side of Raymore. But we have not had any damage reports coming in as of yet. So yeah, if you're up there, KC, Missouri, yeah, you guys are in a good shape right now. 62 degrees up there. You're behind the cold front. So, yeah, you guys are good to go up in the KC Metro, Straw Hat. So we have 15 minutes left on a tornado warning for a radar indicated possible tornado. It is going to be up here to the west of Carrollton. This is now northeast of Richmond, Missouri, in mainly rural area. And then we have another one up here near Braymore. And this is radar indicated as well for the next 30 minutes. And it's going to be heading over toward Ludlow and Blue Mound. Alright, so the tornado warning has been lifted for Cass and Johnson counties right now. But, and again, I just want to stress that we still have a very large severe thunderstorm warning with tornado possible tag for the next 15 to 30 minutes for Lexington, Odessa, Pleasant Hill, Harrisonville, Lewisburg. And so, again, a tornado possible tag, as we mentioned before, you might as well go ahead and go to your tornado safe spot, let the line of storm pass, and then it'll be night time. You bet, Emily. So again, up there, that's 29 minutes tornado warning. It is radar indicated, but one thing to draw your attention, you know, this is observed 70 mile per hour winds. So even if there's not a tornado on the ground, 70 mile per hour winds can be very destructive. So please keep that in mind. So there is Gun City for those not knowing about where Gun City is. There is Gun City School right along M Highway. And again, Gun City, you guys are in that severe thunderstorm warning tornado possible tag for the next 28 minutes. So we have not received any word on whether or not they are going to extend a severe thunderstorm watch down here for Benton, St. Clair, Vernon counties. With the way this line of storms is progressing, I would not be surprised if there is a severe thunderstorm watch get issued. They were in talks with the Storm Prediction Center. Nothing has come out of it as of yet. I think they're waiting to see if this outflow boundary is going to weaken this line of storm to below severe limits. Thank you, Susan. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. So again, if anybody, let me bring this up here on the screen for you guys. So if And especially as we head a little bit into the late evening into the midnight. I know tomorrow's a work day, everybody's got to get up. If you do go to bed, just make sure you have multiple means to be able to receive warnings and advisories. Have multiple means. If you have an app on your phone, keep it. If you have a weather radio, make sure it has batteries in it and make sure it's on. If you want a good service that is out there, and of course we talk about this every time we go live, Weather Call is a fantastic option for you guys. We worked on this last year. There's a QR code up there on the screen right now. It will follow you if you go on vacation to Branson or Florida or Alaska. It's going to keep a dome over you, protect you. And if there's a tornado warning or if there is strong 80-mile-per-hour winds heading your way, you're going to get a phone call, and it's going to be me on the other end, and I'm going to tell you what danger you're in and how to protect yourself. You also get text message notifications of any watches or advisories. It is a great service and we've had a lot of people sign up here over the last month. I do appreciate that. This is a great layer to help protect you and your family. It's just a little over $1 a month. It's $15 a year. It's a great service. I am going to go ahead and put the link up here in the chat. So I just posted it. You can click on that, sign up, and you'll get notified whenever there are any warnings, watches, advisories in your area via email, text message, and a phone call. Hi, Charlene. So as far as is there a link for Henry County text messages for weather like other counties? Yes, there is. And you can actually go to, let me put that up here on the screen as well. Can you post that for Everbridge? So we have another 8 minutes left of the tornado warning up north. This is going to be for northeastern Ray, west central Carroll counties. This is mainly going to be rural areas up here just to the west of Carrollton along 65 Highway. We also have another radar indicated tornado warning for the next 23 minutes. And this is going to be for northwestern Carroll, southeastern Caldwell, southwestern Livingston counties. So this is up just south of Chillicothe. And then we have a very large severe thunderstorm warning with tornado possible tag for the next 22 minutes. And that's going to be stretching from Higginsville down to Odessa, Pleasant Hill, Harrisonville, and down toward Garden City, Missouri. Watch this little area over here near Holden. We have a little pocket of some stronger winds. We're getting a little bit of an inflow into this, so I'll be watching this area here, kind of in between 50 Highway and Holden in this area here. But nonetheless, seeing some 50, 55 mile an hour winds right along that leading edge of this line right here from Garden City up to just east of Lake Lafayette. Those strong winds are right along that gust front too. A pretty impressive gust front from Higginsville all the way down to Mound City, Kansas. So, and again, this is good news when we actually see this gust front. That's rain cooled air out ahead of the line of storms, and this tends to choke off the line of storms a little bit. That's not saying they can't still produce some very strong winds, but as far as the intensity of these storms, it tends to help a lot when you have this outflow line here. They become more outflow dominant. So that's good news, seeing a continuing of this gust front out ahead of it. So those winds, Brian, that just come through, that was in Garden City. Sorry, that's Brianna. That was the gust front. That's that rain cooled air out ahead of the main line of storms coming through your area. So right now you're probably picking up 35, 40 mile per hour winds from Holden down to Garden City, Adrian down to Amoret, and that is the gust front. So winds will be coming out of the northwest. Hi, Erica. Yeah, you won't hear any sirens. There's no tornado warning for Henry County or the city of Windsor. We're really not expecting any either, so. Hey, Preston, good to see you, buddy. Miss seeing you. So this tornado warning still ongoing for the next 18 minutes. It's still radar indicated. This is going to be up here in northwestern Carroll, southwestern Livingston counties. Look like it's getting ready to come into Blue Mound, Missouri. This is going to be just south of Ludlow, which is just outside of the Polygon. We have 2 minutes left on this tornado warning that is just on the west side of Carrollton right now. I do believe they are going to allow this to expire and take the place with a severe thunderstorm warning, tornado possible tag. So we are beginning to see that line of storms come into southern Cass and the western part of Bates County right now, near Drexel, Merwin, Amsterdam. And again, I'm not seeing anything too threatening right now. Taking a look at the velocity, look like Adrian, Passaic, and soon Butler, you guys are going to be getting some 40, 45 mile per hour winds. That's going to be along that gust front. But I'm not seeing anything too concerning here along this line of storms coming into southwest Cass and western Bates County right now. Thank you, Suzanne. Thank you very much for that PayPal. I appreciate that. You guys always do such an incredible job of supporting the page. I do appreciate that. And again, the line of storm from Lexington all the way down to about Harrisonville. And again, you notice how it's starting to break up a little bit here on radar. It's not as an intense as kind of like what we see up here in northern Missouri, where we have more warnings out up here. It's a little bit more broken up. And of course, we have that outflow that has that rain cooled air. This line is coming across it. I really think it's beginning to choke this line out, which is great news as this begins to move into west central Missouri. So in Rich Hill, here in about 15 minutes, you're going to feel the effects of this gust front. This here, it maybe you'll get a sprinkle maybe, but what you're really going to notice is going to be some northwest winds. That's going to be cool. It's going to be gusting up to about 30-35 miles an hour. You're gonna feel that come into Rich Hill. Thanks, Cheyenne, for subscribing. Appreciate that. You're going to feel that gust front move through Rich Hill. And then you're going to see the line of storms about 20 minutes later move through with some gusty winds and some moderate rainfall. But again, I'm seeing that this line from Lexington down to Odessa, Pleasant Hill, Holden, Harrisonville, down to about Amsterdam, it's really struggling. It is really struggling. So that's good news. Oh, good one, Allie. Good one. Yes, Subby takes sports cards as payment. Yes. Yes, I do. Now, that won't help out my partner over here. I might be able to sell that card and get some snacks, but that's not going to help my partner out here next to me. So Barb, looking out for this week. What's going to happen? This cold front is going to come down. It's going to move across the area, and it's going to stall out down near Arkansas, and then it's going to begin to come back to the north on Thursday night into Friday, and we could see a return of some thunderstorms, maybe some stronger thunderstorms Thursday night into Friday. But then that's it through the weekend. Tomorrow night is going to be absolutely fantastic for a Royals game that I might be going to tomorrow night. So it's going to be mostly clear skies, around 60, 58, 60 degrees, perfect baseball weather. So again, this line is going to continue to move off to the east and to the south, guys. So, pretty much expect all of west central Missouri to get wet tonight. But as far as the severity, it looks a lot worse, I think, than what it is right now. And that is mainly because we have a lot of warnings out there from Carrollton all the way down to Mound City, Kansas. But again, when we take a look here, there's not a lot of winds associated with this right now. We have an outflow stretching from Carrollton all the way down south of Mound City, Kansas. And that is what's kind of choking off this line of storms. So, good news. So far, good news. We have no reports of any damage from that tornado warning up in Cass County, just east of Raymore. We had some branches down, but other than that, we're not seeing a whole lot of any kind of damage or anything. We have a couple power lines down, some reports of power outages, but outside from that, that's all we're seeing right now. So again, if anybody wants to take advantage of Weather Call, and again, I'm that's something I'm very proud of, something I've been wanting to do for a long time, is be able to have an opportunity no matter where you live. You can live in Liberty, you can live in Springfield, you can live wherever you want to live in Florida or Germany, and be able to have a means to be able to get weather warnings and information. And that's what Weather Call does. You can sign up at $15 a year, and you're going to get notified email, text messages of any advisories or watches. And when the crap hits the fan, you get a tornado warning or 70, 80 mile per hour winds, you're going to get a phone call regardless of the time of day or night, and you're going to hear me on the other end. I'm going to tell you what you're under and how to protect yourself. So what a great service. You can put 2 phone numbers in there, say for you and your spouse or you and your kid, and it's going to protect you no matter where you are at. So I'm going to put that link up here one more time for you guys. It's coming in here in chat. Feel free, click on it, learn a little bit about it, and then get that extra layer of protection for you and your family. So Harrisonville, I would hold on a little bit. You're still getting a strong thunderstorm in Harrisonville, Peculiar, Pleasant Hill. It's not looking as impressive as what it did an hour ago, but let's get this line through before we have go to bed line. So, if you are along this red line or north of it, if you live in Richmond, Buckner, let's see here, Lee Summit, Belton, Overland Park, Kansas City, Parkville, Leavenworth, Olathe, Gardner, if you live along that line and to the north, you guys can go to bed. Okay, if you're still along this line of storms, you've got a few more minutes left, but you're going to be close to be behind that go to bed line. Go Royals. Thanks for watching out for us. Absolutely. Absolutely. We're just very thankful that the game was able to get done at a good time and get you guys out of there. I know several of you want to know if they're going to be able to get that game in tonight, and luckily they did. And I think most people was able to get out of the stadium and get on their way home before this line of storms affected KC Metro. So Holden area, you guys, and again, you're still under that severe thunderstorm warning. They did take that tornado possible tag off of that warning, but possibility of up to 60 mile per hour winds. It ends at about 6 minutes, and I don't see why they would extend a warning out any further than what it is right now. And again, you know, it's pretty. It's pretty simplistic, but you can just take a look at radar right now and kind of see how how straggly that these thunderstorms are. They're not one big solid line of red, so to speak, and they're kind of broken up. They're being choked off by this outflow line right here, which is great news. This line of storms have become mainly outflow dominant. We still have that potential of a 60-mile-an-hour wind gust, but this is very good news all the way down the line. So for Bates County, you guys have another 5 minutes left on that warning. And again, I'm not seeing anything in Bates County other than just a strong thunderstorm, a little bit of lightning for Archie, Harrisonville, Adrian, Butler, Passaic. I say this is going to be allowed to expire also here in 4 minutes. So again, it's not looking very impressive at all. We still have this tornado warning way up north for the next 4 minutes, and that's for north central Carroll, south central Livingston counties. Taking a look at velocities up here, some strong winds, but nothing is really too pressing up here near Blue Mound, Cunningham area. This is south of Chillicothe over 65 highway, and again, not seeing a whole lot that's very concerning, but this is the stronger end of the line up here. So from Trenton, Chillicothe, Milan down to Blue Mound, and just maybe right at Carrollton, that's the strongest part of this line. And notice there is no outflow boundary up here. The outflow boundary begins just south of Carrollton all the way down to Blue Mound, Kansas. So of course up here where these storms are a little stronger, we don't see that outflow that this line is coming across. So again, another hint that these storms coming through west central Missouri are weakening, which is great news. No, it's not a rain band, Tony. That's actually what they call an outflow boundary. Basically, it's rain-cooled air that has rushed out in front of that line. Now, as that line continues to push to the east and to the south, it overtakes that outflow, that's rain-cooled air. And in order for thunderstorms or a line of storms to survive, it has to have warm, moist air. And when it begins to breathe in that cooler, rain-cooled air, it chokes itself out. And that's, I think, what we're seeing from Carrollton all the way down to Butler. We're seeing this line of storms begin to weaken. There could be a couple sprinkles along that gust front, but mainly you're going to feel cool northwest winds that will rush through at about 30-35 miles per hour, and that's going to be ahead of the rain. After such a rough day central Kansas had with tornado warnings and severe weather out there, I think we are very fortunate that this line of storms coming in during this time in the evening. We're very lucky is when instability is at the least, and now we have an outflow that is beginning to choke off this line of storms a little bit. I think we became very lucky this evening. Bye, James. Thanks for jumping on tonight. So Mont Road, probably here in about another probably 20 minutes or so, you'll feel that gust front come through. I don't think the national, probably we're going to see a lot of these warnings disappear here off of radar here in the next 15 minutes or so. And I really don't think that they're going to extend any warnings right now. Just like that, they just disappeared. So, right now there's no warnings right now. Anything that we need to be concerned about with this line of storms right now. We still have another 15 minutes left on this severe thunderstorm warning, mainly affecting from Carrollton up to Milan along 65 highway. And even these up here, I'm starting to see a little bit of an outflow beginning to develop even on the northern section of this line. So just south of Carrollton is when we start to see this little line of storms all the way down here to Fort Scott, this little outflow boundary. So again, we're not really picking up anything to be too concerned about right now. Taking a look at vertical integrated liquid to see if there's any hail cores along here. Up here toward Blue Mound, there's heavy rain, maybe some small hail, and maybe down around Garden City might be picking up a little bit of pea-sized hail. Nothing to be too concerned about there. And maybe some pea-sized hail coming across I-49 in between Archie and Adrian. But again, hail is not really a big threat for tonight. It's mainly going to be for any gusty winds out ahead of this line. And really everything that I'm seeing right now, the strongest winds are right along that gust front, right along that outflow boundary. So again, I do believe that the entire line is weakening from Carrollton down through Adrian. So, but we're going to keep an eye on this line of storms. It's going to continue to move to the east. It's going to affect the rest of Johnson County, the rest of Bates County, Henry County, eventually over towards Sedalia and Warsaw area here over the next hour. If it still keeps going the way that it is, I don't see really much threatening weather really for west central Missouri. Hi, Kenneth. Can a storm absorb an outflow? Absolutely. That's what it does. The way I teach kids when I go to schools is supercell thunderstorms as well as the line of storms. It basically has its own set of lungs in order to survive. It's breathing in that warm, moist air out ahead of the line, and then it expels rain-cooled air typically behind the line of storms. But what happens is we get an area of rain-cooled air out ahead called the outflow boundary. And as that line of storms breathes in and it brings in that cooler air, it chokes itself out. It doesn't have that warm, moist air to be able to intensify. So that's one of the reasons, that's one of the things we look for along a line of storms, is to see if there's an outflow that begins. And that becomes, if you've ever heard meteorologists on TV or myself talk about being outflow dominant, meaning that the outflow basically dictates a weakening line of storms. So that's exactly what's happening here in west central Missouri right now. So as far as absorbing it, yes, it does. It breathes it in and it chokes itself out. Oh, hi, William. Cool. I'll be talking to my dad tomorrow. I'll tell him you jumped on here. Appreciate you being in the stream. Cold Camp High School. Boy, we spent, Mom was from Cold Camp, Dad was from Lakeview Heights. We spent so many weekends down in Lakeview Heights. So it's such a beautiful area down there. Camped along Cold Camp Creek, fished. Now it's kind of institutionalized down there now. Through June. Allison Wild Tribble. What did you put on here? You asked a question, I guess. Did I bypass you? There you are. I'm over tornado season for the year. Is the season over yet? So, yeah, unfortunately we do have some an extended season this year, unfortunately. See if I can bring this up. I showed this at our severe storm seminar here in Archie. Let me see if I can bring that up for you guys here real quick. From the LRC, in which the LRC has been 100% accurate for storms here in West Central Missouri. Big storm systems. It has been spot on. So it's just remarkable. I can talk about the LRC all night long. But let's bring over the April 7th, 23rd. That came in just a little bit. So here is the next couple windows we need to be paying attention to. This is the LRC. Let's see here. See if I can. Maybe there we go. That's a little bit better. So this is the LRC from Weather 2020. Of course, those of you that know me know I have followed that for almost, golly, I'm getting old, almost 20 years now. Actually, Gary Lezak founded this nearly 40 years ago, and guys like myself, Doug Heddy down in Joplin, Gary Lezak, as well as a host of others. We are in Weather 2020, and we analyze the long-range forecasting based on a cycling theory. And of course, we go back several, and again, we can March 31st through April 4th. We actually had severe weather and tornado warning for Ozark and Republic, Missouri, down by Springfield during that time period. April 11th through 16th, we had our storm chasers were out that week, actually on the 14th of April, and there were several tornado warnings up in northwest Missouri, Smithville, and then of course we had, I don't know if it was April 17th through 23rd, I can't remember what happened there, but April 28th through May 7th, that was our last severe event where we stayed up all night long, had that intense line of storms. This one here came in just a couple days early, May 22nd through June 3rd. We have another risk for Thursday night, and we also have it here next week. We have another storm system, and of course this is a level 3 significant potential during this time period. June 5th through the 18th, we have another level 3 significant potential to see severe weather here in West Central Missouri. And remember, guys, we're talking, by the third week of May, our severe weather season is pretty much peaked out, and we're pretty much done by then. And here we are, 5th through the 18th. June 5th through the 18th, it starts to kind of move down to Dixie Alley, down into the southeast. And then, of course, we'll see that jet stream begin to retreat up further north. We get that warm summer air building up, and that's when we have like the Dakotas, Minnesota. That's their start of severe season up there in that neck of the woods. So again, all the way through the 18th of June, the first 2 weeks of June, very, very active here in west central Missouri. So we still got a ways, Allison. We still got a ways. So 4 minutes left of this severe thunderstorm warning that stretched all the way from Trenton down to just north of Warrensburg. And again, not seeing anything concerning anywhere along this line. Just good old-fashioned thunderstorms. Nothing severe at this time. So there's no warnings really. This one's getting ready to expire, the big one. And we don't have any here in the rest of west central Missouri. And again, that's thanks in part to this outflow boundary. This line of storms is weakening, absorbing in that cool, rain-cooled air. So really, once this goes off the board here, I really think our severe threat is going to be very, very minimal for the rest of the evening. Hey, maybe be able to get to bed by midnight tonight. Throw on some jazz. I think me and Mark, my partner, director of emergency management down here, he's my sidekick tonight. We might just kick back with some jazz and eat some Mike and Ike's, courtesy to some of our followers loading us up with snacks. So, good news. I'm always in a good mood when severe weather is at the minimum. Hi, Mrs. Armstrong. Thank you for the kind words. Looks like Matt's going to bed. I don't blame you. I would say if I know what I know, and I do not do live streams, I would say I would be going to bed myself. So. We have thunderstorms moving through west central Missouri right now. Temperatures in the mid to upper 60s. Chance of rain 100% throughout west central Missouri. So as we listen to some jazz, let's do a new go to bed line. If you are in Blue Mountain, Missouri, Lexington, Higginsville, Lake Lafayette, Pleasant Hill, Harrisonville, Peculiar, Belton, Raymore, Paola, Kansas, if you are behind this line or along it, it's night time for you guys. O3 Customs, my boy Tyler. Thank you for that super chat, my man. And again, I can't say enough about the Boys of Blue over there in Bates County Sheriff's Department. Let me tell you, man, well, I'm just going to show you what they did for me. After our severe weather seminar, they gave me a plaque. See if you guys can read that. Jim Sublett from the Bates County Sheriff's Department, official weatherman. How about that, guys? Super, super cool. They help spread the stream to try to keep everybody informed, and I can't say enough about all those guys over at Bates County Sheriff's Department. Sheriff Anderson, what a great guy. Got to actually meet him the other night up in Archie, and just a great bunch of dudes. So I do appreciate all the support they give me. And again, if anybody is ever looking for say t-shirts, hats, any of that, signs, O3 Customs had done everything for me. All of Subby's Weather Talk swag, the sweatshirts, the cups, the coolie cups, the hats, everything. They've also done all the signage for our sports card shop here in Clinton. You name it, they can do it, and they do a great job. So I do appreciate that, Tyler. O3 Customs, Bates County Sheriff's Department. So as you guys can see, they did allow the severe thunderstorm warning to expire now for the Warrensburg, Higginsville, Sweet Springs, Marshall area. So as of right now, guys, there is there's not a lot going on. So we have this entire line going across a outflow boundary. We don't have any more severe weather that is on the board right now, and I don't expect a whole bunch of activity here over the next few hours for those in Benton County, St. Clair, Henry. It's going to be a pretty robust thunderstorm that's going to be coming into Urick, Leeton, Clinton, Windsor, Lamont, Warrensburg, but nothing severe that I'm seeing right now. There is a pretty intense cell near Burlington, Kansas, but again, I do believe this is going to kind of sink to the south a little bit. Let's put this into motion. And it's moving over toward Bates County, but again, I think once it goes over that rain cooled air, it will begin to weaken a little bit as well. So basically what we are going to do right now is we are going to kind of follow this storm over here in Burlington, down here at the Weather Center. I think I am going to go ahead and end the live stream, let you guys go to bed. I'm not seeing any more severe threat. There's a possibility we could get a special weather statement for a wind gust up to 40-45 miles per hour. But again, guys, I do not expect any more severe weather here in West Central Missouri tonight. Oh, now Allison, you know you like that jazz update. Yeah, and don't worry, guys. I'm gonna be up. I'm not going to bed. I'm gonna be watching this cell out here in Kansas over the next hour or so as it continues to move off. I think it's going to kind of sink to the south a little bit, and I think once it hits that rain-cooled air, it's going to weaken considerably by the time it crosses state line. But really, there's no reason for all of us to be here and keeping everybody up during the live stream. We're still going to get some robust thunderstorms coming through Warrensburg, Windsor, over to Benton County. And again, if anything should happen to pop up, I'm going to be updating you guys on social media. I'm going to be updating you, and needs to be, I'll go live again. But for right now, I really think this outflow boundary has just become so dominant that this line of storm is going to continue to kind of weaken over the next hour or so. So if you're in Butler, if you just want to check on Subby's Weather Talk group and our advisory page, I'll do a couple of written updates with a couple photos or something like that. And then, of course, if this somehow continues to strengthen as it crosses the state line, I'll go live again. But right now, it's not moving at really a big clip. Still about the same. Let's put a timestamp on it here. So it looks like in a little over an hour, 1.2 hours for Rich Hill, Butler, and Adrian. So we'll kind of watch this, but I have a feeling it's going to sink a little bit further to the south as it continues toward that warmer, moister air. And it probably won't even cross the state line here in west central Missouri. But check back in about an hour. Make sure you go to our Facebook pages, 95.3 KDKD Facebook page as well. As you know, I do this under their umbrella as well. Thanks in part to Family Safe Storm Shelter down in Republic. If anybody's ever looking for a storm shelter for their house or maybe their cabin, those are great guys. I've talked to them personally from an emergency management perspective. So that's Family Safe Storm Shelters, and of course Wilder RV Weather Center. Wilder RV here in Clinton, they sponsor our live streams as well. So big thanks goes out to them as well. But yeah, just check back on social media here in about an hour. I'll keep an eye on this storm, and then of course if we need to, I'll jump back on live and we'll track it if we need to. So everybody else is looking good. I don't have no quorums at all with anybody here in west central Missouri. Go ahead, everybody's got to get up, go to work in the morning, get some sleep. It might be loud, but I'm not expecting any more severe weather, and I'll be watching this, giving you guys updates here over the next hour or so as the night progresses. So I think that's going to do it right now for this live stream, guys. And again, everybody is in great shape, from Brookfield, Chillicothe, all the way down the line, Marshall, Concordia, Clinton, Adrian, Butler. Everybody's in good shape. No warnings out there at all right now. And I think we're going to probably continue to see that be the rule here over the rest of the evening. But I'll be keeping a good eye on it and keeping you guys informed on what's going on. Landon, if you pulled a Sunday Kings out of Optic today, you better bring it into the shop. You bet, Todd. Hi, Tanner. Nope, no tornadoes. We're still under a watch, and again, these cells are really weakening, guys. So I'm not too concerned with this right now. I don't think it's worth having a live stream and keeping you guys up right now. We're going to get some lightning, some thunder, some torrential rain, maybe some wind gusts of 40 miles per hour. But right now, there is nothing concerning right now. And I will continue to update here on Subby's Weather Talk, as well as all of our social media pages here over the next hour or so. So guys, thank you so much. We've been live for right at the 2-hour mark tonight. So one of our short streams, which is great. And if anybody has any questions, feel free to reach out to me and I'll be happy to answer them. Everybody have a great night, and we'll be talking